The death of a Springbok bodyboarder, David Lilienfeld, following a shark attack in False Bay on Thursday, has resulted in an outpouring of criticism against the techniques used by a celebrity adventure television crew who has been filming the capture of great white sharks. Lilienfeld, 20, died after having his right leg taken by the shark while bodyboarding with his younger brother Gustav at a surfing spot known as Cavs at Kogo Bay on the eastern side of False Bay. Prior to the attack, which was the first in the immediate vicinity since Sergio Capri survived a bite to the thigh in 1999, surfing websites were already abuzz with concerns over the activities of the adventure television celebrity Chris Fisher, who, along with a bevy of other researchers, had received a permit to catch and tag great white sharks off the Cape Coast, including False Bay, which is renowned as a favorite habitat for the predator. Fisher, who heads the nonprofit organization OSearch and shot the National Geographic series Sharkmen, was granted a permit by the Department of Environmental Affairs, Biodiversity, and Coastal Research Director Alan Boyd to capture and tag sharks between April 10th and April 30th, and they agreed to set sail with between 4.5 and 5 tons of chum on board. The OSearch research vessel worked in False Bay on Sunday and Monday last week. The attack on Lilienfeld came just 3 days later. A possible link between chumming and shark activity around humans has been a matter of often heated debate in recent years, and the red flag over OSearch activities was raised by wildlife photographer and author Dirk Schmidt. Schmidt pushed for a shark alert to be issued for False Bay beaches during OSearch activity and was joined in the call by surfers and shark cage diving operators. However, no official alert was sent out by either provincial or city authorities. Those at the forefront of the calls for the shark alert and warning investigation into the issuing of the permit, including Schmidt, do not believe chumming was related to the attack. It is the research methodology that is being criticized, with Fisher being described as a cowboy only interested in audience ratings. Schmidt said once sharks were attracted to the boat, the selected shark is hooked, fought until it tires, and is then pulled on board, hoisted out of the water, where holes are drilled into the dorsal fin and tagged with bolts, while various samples are extracted from the shark before it is released. This places the shark under great trauma, says Schmidt, and their behavior therefore after cannot be predicted. Schmidt, supported by the international surf writer Paul Botha, said he believes sharks, like all other animals, communicate with one another, and the trauma they observed inflicted on other sharks would have set off some type of alarm and led them to abandon their usual patterns of behavior. Botha also said that disturbing shark activities with highly invasive methods resulted in distressed sharks going to places in the bay they might not usually go. Biodiversity and Coastal Research spokeswoman Zoli Zagai said that OSearch's permit had been pulled immediately after news of the attack, but this was not an admission of the OSearch practices were endangering the ocean users, but rather a response to the public concern. Nagai said none of the tagged sharks were responsible for the attack on Lilienfeld, but in the wake of the incident, the department was to review the permit conditions, and where permits for controversial activities were requested, more public consultation will be necessary.